If you're already subscribed to the channel, you know I've been posting some different content lately. I've been diving into games like Call of Duty and Hell Let Loose. Honestly, they're decent, but here's the thing. I've got a big issue with Call of Duty right now. Before we get into it though, if you're not subscribed yet, seriously, what are you doing? Hit that button. It's free, takes a second, and helps me out a ton. Alright, no fluff, let's talk about Call of Duty. I've been mulling this over for a few days because on one hand, it's a game I genuinely enjoy. It's fun, it's fast-paced, and it's got so much potential. But on the other hand, something feels off. If you've been playing over the past few years, you've probably noticed some big changes too. So let's break it down together and let's see if we can figure out what's really going on. When I think about Call of Duty, my mind always goes back to World at War. Just running and gunning with the MP40 or any weapon, not worrying about the chaos around me and simply having fun. Sure, there were always a few sweaty players jumping around, but it was nothing like what we deal with today. Nowadays, playing Call of Duty feels more like you're running a marathon, except you're not losing weight. Instead, you're sitting at home, eating hot Cheetos, chugging Mountain Dew, and maybe even smoking some weed. Not exactly the healthiest combo, and if that's rough on your body, it's even worse for your mental health. Why, you ask? Well, let's break it down. When Black Ops 6 was announced, I was hyped. I've always been a big fan of the Black Ops series, even Black Ops 3 and 4. Sure, I joined the party late, but when I finally played them, they were solid. Not amazing, but decent enough to keep me engaged. That being said, Black Ops 6 felt different. This was the first time in a while I thought, yeah, I'm ready to dive into this and play non-stop. But back when Black Ops 4 came out, I didn't get too invested. There were already so many Call of Duty games out and it just didn't grab me. Still, Black Ops is hands down my favorite Call of Duty saga. When I heard about Black Ops 6, I was so excited. I told my friends I'd buy it even if it didn't come to Game Pass. And then, surprise, Call of Duty hits Game Pass. Honestly, that's the only reason I have Game Pass right now. Well, that and some Skyrim and Indiana Jones, and that's it. But we are not here to talk about that. Let's talk about the beta. It was awesome. The Omni movement is a game changer. It feels smooth and intuitive, especially when you need to backpedal or reposition quickly. Some people complain about it, saying you can't slide or you can slide and dive backwards like in older games, you know, like, but honestly, who's doing that all the time, you know? And I'm sorry, it's not you can't dive. And it's not like the older games. That's what I meant. You know, people complain that the game is not like Call of Duty used to be. And I agree, but honestly, who's doing that all the time? For me, Omni movement is a win because it makes retreating and repositioning seamless without needing to spin your character around awkwardly. It's efficient, fluid, and one of the best additions to the game in years. After trying the beta, I was sold. If you're curious, you can watch me, or you can catch me playing the beta here on the channel. I had a blast testing everything out. Safe to say, Black Ops 6 was shaping up to be something special. At least that's That's what I was thinking back then. Black Ops 6 is shaping up to be something special. That was my thought. When the game finally dropped, the first few matches were pretty fun, but it didn't take long for the cracks to show. My cousin and I both agreed on one thing: the ARs just weren't cutting it. The XM4 is a joke, the AK feels weak, and overall, assault rifles seem underpowered compared to SMGs. People are running around with the Jackal and the Tanto, which doesn't even make sense considering the calibers. The XM4 is 5.56, the AK is 7.62, and the Tanto is 22. Yet the damage and penetration don't line up, and what you expect from those calibers, you know, in what you would expect. And it's frustrating, especially when you're grinding for camos or gold camos and aiming for dark matter. It's like pulling teeth, you know? The ARs are just painful to use, except for the ASVAL, which I honestly think it's a bit overrated, but anyway. The rest of the assault rifles are pretty horrible. The XM4 only started feeling decent once I maxed it out, and even then, it's more about spamming headshots to make it tolerable. I'm even experimenting with new XM4 builds. If you catch my streams, by the way, if you're not watching them, what are you doing? Check out the link below. Maybe I'll even stream on YouTube too. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out the perfect XM4 variant, and it's been a ride. The AK was another struggle. I had to nearly max it out just to find a setup that didn't make me want to quit. And what's funny? The moment I made both guns into SMG-like variants with rapid fire, they finally became usable. But that's the issue. Rapid fire is basically mandatory if you want to compete with SMGs. And that's it. Even from a distance, if you hit someone with 5 shots, and yes, I tested this live in the firing range, you're still going to lose to an SMG. With the MP5, for instance, it takes just 4 shots to kill, or even 3 if you land them right. And the XM4, 5 shots at best, and sometimes 6 if you miss. That's just broken, and it's a major problem. Not to brag, but honestly, I don't even think if you can I don't even think you can brag about being good at Call of Duty. I mean, plenty of people out there are excelling at real life skills, and here we are, stuck in our rooms, grinding matches. That said, yeah, I'm pretty good. Me and my cousin, we're solid. But it's not because we're out here sweating every game. We're good because we don't care. My KD is so positive that I think I have to die around 800 times without a single kill to even hit negative. My cousin is the same, and when we team up, we're unstoppable, it's awesome. The issue now, though, is our MMR. If I were to rank us in tiers, and tiers, of course, being in high MMR, with A being top tier sweat lords, B as mid tier, and C as casual high MMR players, we're probably in C. We don't sweat, we're not running the meta SMGs or the broken loadouts, we just play the game. But here's the kicker. Because of skill-based matchmaking, we're still getting thrown into lobbies with A tier tryhards. When the battle pass dropped, it was absurd. 2 or 3 days in, we were already seeing dudes rocking the final tier camo and dark matter on their weapons, running around with the Jackal, Tanto, or the new busted SMG, and of course, the Asval, the only tolerable AR weapon here, So yeah, it's ridiculous. It makes the game less fun, and honestly, kills my motivation to play. That's a shame, because despite everything, I really love Call of Duty. Multiplayer has always been my thing. Sure, I'll take Battlefield any day, but I still enjoy Call of Duty when it's not a sweat fest. My cousin feels the same way. He hates sweating, but let me tell you, he can sweat when it comes down to it. And watching him turn into a tryhard is something else. Dude sweats more than I do, and trust me, it's hilarious. And he says he doesn't want to, but he does in every single game that we play, even if it's Fortnite Zero build. Anyway. But that's not how we want to play. We just want to vibe and enjoy the game. Not face camel wielding gods in every lobby. Sure, people love to throw around, oh, it's a skill issue, as if that can explain everything. And you know what? They're kind of right. It's 90% it is a skill issue. I can't run around sliding, dolphin diving backwards, doing 360s in the air while headshotting enemies and chaining 5 kills in one motion. That's not my thing. And yeah, my skill isn't on the level of some of these cracked players. But here's the thing, if I wanted to sweat, I could. I've done it. There was this match where I got tired of losing, decided to go full tryhard mode, and ended up with 40 kills and only 12 deaths. What does that tell you? That when I want to go all in, I can. But here's the twist. I don't want to. When I get home after university or work, I want to unwind and have fun. I want to hop on COD, die to some random player and think, wow, that was a very creative loadout. Or, what kind of Frankenstein XMR did this dude cook up? That's the vibe I'm after. I'm not here to sweat my life away. It's the same thing with Warzone. When we used to play Warzone back then, when people didn't know shit and loadouts weren't like full of meta builds or, like crazy, I used to create dumb builds. Like the sniper revolver or the shotgun sniper or things like that. The P90 AR, like turning my P90 like a fucking SMG into an AR and things like that. I'm here for fun, for surprises, for moments that make me laugh or shake my head in disbelief. That's my thing. That's why I always say, if you want to sweat, go play ranked. Ranked exists for a reason. It's open and it's perfect for people who want to push their limits and grind. But me, I'm not touching ranked. Why? Because it doesn't solve the problem. Sure, at first you face lower ranked players, copper, bronze, whatever the lowest is, but eventually you climb. You dominate your matches and then boom, you're back in Sweat Lord territory, dealing with the same tryhard nonsense. So here's the kicker. There's no real way to play casual in Call of Duty anymore. Of course, if you consider Infected and Prop Hunt, these game modes, yeah, sure, they're, you can play casually. But I'm talking normal COD. And I'm not even hiding it. It's not just a skill issue. It's a motivation issue. I'm not motivated to grind my soul away every match. I just want to have fun. And that's why so many of us, content creators, casual players, and even some hardcore ones, agree. SBMM is ruining the game. It takes away the magic of COD being a place to unwind and turns into a never-ending grind fest. I remember when SBMM wasn't a thing. You get into a match, find some cracked players on the other side, lose, and then think, thank God that guy isn't here anymore. Or maybe that match was really tough. We need to get better. The beauty of it was that you never knew what was going on. You go in knowing there could be a god tier player on the other team, and yeah, maybe you'd have to sweat a little bit more. But then, after that, you'd probably find a match with 2 players just looking to have fun. I remember playing Black Ops 3 matches where we all agreed to use knives and melee weapons only, and it worked. We had a blast. Sometimes we'd convince the whole lobby to go shotgun only, and everyone would just roll with it. That kind of spontaneity, I don't know how you pronounce this shit. I just know this spontaneous is a word derived from spontaneous, right? Anyway, this shit is gone now. For me, SBMM is killing the magic of Call of Duty. I mean, look at Call of Duty 1. Back then, you didn't have this constant pressure to perform at the same level every single match. It was just about having fun. Take zombies, for example. I was never the guy who played 6 hours zombies or 6-hour zombie sessions. Sure, I liked it, but multiplayer always pulled me back. Now, though, when my cousin says, let's play zombies, I'm all in, especially when we're pissed off at multiplayer. We'll sit there for 3 or 4 matches, doing the same thing over and over, just talking, laughing, and goofing off. Hell, we're even on Tinder trying to find some babes while playing. It's hilarious, and I love it. But multiplayer, oh boy, it's been rough. But yeah, guys, I think I've said enough about this issue for now. I really want to hear what you guys think about it. For what I've seen, most of the communities against SBMM, and the majority of YouTubers share the same opinion, so honestly, I don't see how or why this video would attract people defending the SBMM system. It just doesn't make any sense. Lately, I've been spending more time playing other games like Skyrim and random stuff on my PS4. I'm even considering diving into Dark Souls. I've been playing Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1, Fortnite, the new game mode, Ballistic, it's pretty cool. Because, like I always say regarding Dark Souls, if I'm going to get pissed off while gaming, might as well do it with Dark Souls. Honestly, I've been enjoying it a lot. And yeah, at the same time, I don't want to stick just to milsim games, because let's face it, those matches can take forever. Sometimes you spend half an hour doing nothing and the game ends up feeling boring as hell. I was still having fun with Call of Duty here and there, I can still try, or still could try to jump in and play without taking things too seriously, but man, it sucks to lose and play poorly just because you're not giving 100% effort. And that's the reality of COD these days. If you're not sweating, you're going to struggle. And yeah, if you're not sweating, you're not gaming, and that's it. God, I miss the Black Ops 1 days. Not even World at War as much because I was really young back then, but Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, those were the golden days. COD was in its prime. Now, even though the gameplay is still solid, just logging in feels like a mental battle. For example, one of these days, I thought about, I was thinking about playing COD, but ended up playing Rainbow Six with my cousin instead. I booted up Skyrim and played a little bit. Then I thought, well, maybe should I play some COD, or maybe I won't, but you know, I ended up not doing it. I've been playing a lot of other games, and Cyberpunk, Indiana Jones, so yeah, you know. One thing's for sure, SBMM is 100% ruining Call of Duty. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm gonna play more COD in the future. I uninstalled the game, so I still have one more video. I still had one more video, and I posted it, and now we're posting something else, or this video. And this was the last video that I recorded playing Call of Duty, so yeah. Please share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to help the channel grow. It's free, and it means so much to me. Let's hit that 400 subscribers milestone together. Thanks again, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.